all my Star Wars reviews will be based on the story, the directing, what I liked, what I disliked, and what I think could have been done differently. It is the 45th anniversary of Star Wars A New Hope, so I figured why not do a review on all the movies, basically the Skywalker saga. So let's get to it. Now, Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace came out in May of 1999. It was the most talked about movie of the 90s because a Star Wars movie hasn't been seen in close to 15 plus years. Basically, this story tells of a young Anakin Skywalker who evidently later on becomes Darth Vader, and his story when he was younger and his upbringing and how he turned to the dark side. Qui-Gon Jinn, played by Liam Neeson, is fantastic and probably one of my favorite underrated Star Wars characters in a long time. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi was really, really good casting. He is the epitome of what good casting is in a film or a TV series for that matter. And then yet, as the character of Obi-Wan gets older, you see that Alec Guinness played him. And it's kind of great to see how the trajectory comes in with Obi-Wan Kenobi being trained by Qui-Gon Jinn and then Qui-Gon and Obi training Anakin. It's interesting. I did love how certain aspects of the story were done. It was very different because George Lucas directed episodes 1, 2, and 3. Now, the things I didn't like, of course, everyone says Jar Jar Binks, but I didn't like how certain areas of the story were slow moving and slow going. I don't mind the child actor who played Anakin. He was great. I mean, he's been in the movie Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. If he plays the young boy in that. Jamie Lloyd is his name, and it just felt like it was different. It was typecast, it was miscast. I'm pretty sure the casting process was absolutely insane and crazy for that role, especially for, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan Kenobi and Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn. Qui-Gon Jinn is very underrated, like I said, in a way, because he is more so that Jedi Master that does things by the book, and probably the last Jedi Master that's done everything by the book, the other one being Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, we know Jar Jar Binks wasn't fun at all in this, but the idea of knowing that the underlying theory that Jar Jar Binks was the mastermind behind certain things, of how Anakin turned to the dark side, being a Sith Lord for that matter, and all the whole new Star Wars theories that come out now over the past, 45, 50 years, it's really, really interesting. I didn't like how Jabba the Hutt was done. I feel like, all of a sudden we're moving to CGI, and then we see this version of Jabba when it was animatronics in The Return of the Jedi, which would have been a better way of doing this. Now, Palpatine is the face of this Skywalker Saga franchise. He is the sole core of these movies, being the big villain. You could say he is a top 10 movie villain of all time, especially when he plays Darth Sidious. The thing I didn't like was that, we're slowly like, okay, he's doing certain things, but then he's trying to not do certain things. It was interesting to see how his character arc goes for 9 movies. Yeah, you heard that correctly. 9 movies. And it's really interesting how everything came together. Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace is good. The thing I loved about it, the only time, is Darth Maul. This character was mind-blowingly crazy with the makeup and how, the dual lightsaber works. Ray Parker as Darth Maul was great. The ending is my favorite between the fight scene, or I call it the triple threat lightsaber fight scene between Darth Maul, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Qui-Gon Jinn is really good. Very surprising at times of how things are done, but the epic music, the score that you hear from Star Wars is so impactful in that scene. It's so done so well. The pod racing scenes were interesting. I did like that. It added tension and comedy to it. But other than that, the movie as a whole was pretty good for a origin story for Anakin Skywalker. Yes, some say the teaser poster for that is different because you see a young Anakin and in the shadow you see Darth Vader. Really interesting how George Lucas decided to do that. And having him have creative control, which he totally had creative control on this film, is interesting. If you take out Jar Jar Binks, it's a good movie. So other than that, I mean, The Phantom Menace is really good and really, really underrated. For me, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace gets 4 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Did you like the aspect in the story of this being a focal point for how Anakin became Darth Vader? If not, what other story do you think could have been done? Let me know in the comment section below about the question I just asked, and I'll see you guys in the next review video. And be sure you tune in to my next review of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, right here.